So what do you have to quit today? What do you have to say no to? What do you have to let go in order to reach that next level of life? Today, I want to talk about something different. I don't want to talk about what you'll gain by being successful. I'd like to talk about what you have to give up, what you have to let go of. As you take this journey to be more successful, as you gain self-education by listening to me and others that are actually playing the game at the highest level possible, as your mind grows, as you shift your thinking, you're going to have to let go of old thoughts. You're going to have to let go of beliefs that may have been your parents. You know, sometimes you're a Republican because your parents were, or you're Democrat because they were, or you're Christian because your parents were, or you like a certain football team because your parents like that football team. Well, it's the same thing here when it comes to thinking. Love your parents, love your surroundings from when you grew up, and always cherish that. But if there's another level of life that you desire and you crave, you might have to give up some of the thinking that they gave you. You might have to give up some friends. Along the journey of being an entrepreneur, I can remember being young and family members telling me how nuts I was and that I should stop being a dreamer. Family, they kind of get a pass, and you go through, and sometimes you're close, sometimes you're not, at least in my case, and then it circles back around, but they're your family. They're there for life. But I can remember friends that would always tell me, slow down, dude. That stuff's for other people. You can't have that. And I can remember friends literally getting mad that I was going after stuff, or investing in real estate, or investing and trying to get on TV when I did my first infomercial, or did my first course and training on how to help people go faster, and my success training. And I remember along the way that I would have friends ride with me to a certain level, and then they couldn't handle it anymore because they didn't want to go for it, or they felt inferior because not that I was successful, they felt inferior, or maybe it was ego, or maybe it was envy, but they would start wanting to drag me back to them. And the truth is, I had to let them go. There was nothing I can do. Some stuck. I'm literally recording this right now in my house, and behind me, if you're watching video, over on the other side of the house is my dearest friend from when I was literally 5, 6, 7 years old. We met. He's really one of the few friends that stuck the whole way. I still love the guys I grew up with, but a lot of times it just changes because I want to surround myself with people who have a bigger future mindset. They want tomorrow to be bigger than yesterday. A lot of times in life, people get stuck without even realizing it. Doesn't mean they don't have huge hearts. Doesn't mean they're amazing. Doesn't mean you don't love them and will love them to the day you die, but they have bigger past mindsets. So when you're talking about how tomorrow could be better, they're talking about back in the good old days when we had that other president, when we were back in college, back in high school, back when the economy was different, back when the Republicans ran it, back when the Democrats ran it, or whatever it is. They have a bigger past mindset, and you looking at a bigger future mindset just conflicts, and you have to let them go. There's some habits that you picked up along the way that served you at one point in your life. There's habits that got you out of your first job, maybe into your business, or got you the promotion. There was habits that got you in okay shape. There was habits that allowed you to have pretty good thinking. But remember, your best thinking got you here. It's the same thing with your habits. Your best habits got you here. So I'm going to ask you to analyze certain habits that you have, but look at them through a new lens. They were the habits that got you here. They were the habits that got you out of Egypt. Are they the habits that can really take you to the promised land? I love that. I got that from Dan Sullivan, one of my mentors. He said, yes got you out of Egypt. No takes you to the promised land. We're so used to saying yes to get here, but we really have to say no to all the crap that doesn't serve us to go to the next level. So what habits do you do out of a hypnotic rhythm that you really have to say no to? You have to let go. You have to not have them as a part of your life. And when you throw them away, that's when you get to adopt new habits in your life. There's also things that are a part of your so-called priorities. I really want you to analyze the priorities you have in your life. If priorities are 1 to 5, sometimes we have things in the 5 out of 5, but they don't serve us. They don't serve God. They don't serve your bigger future. They serve other people's needs. They serve the old version of you. They serve the dreams you used to have when you were younger. You're going to have to let them go. Also, your goals. Here's a crazy one. You're going to have to let go of some goals. You're like, whoa, Dean, you had me up to this point. You're going to have to let go of some goals that don't serve this new version of you. I look back at goals I had 2 years ago and 3 years ago. And I'm almost embarrassed on some of them because I'm always growing as a human. If you're not growing, if you're not climbing, you're sliding. So I'm always obsessing on growing my soul, growing my thoughts, growing my consciousness, growing my income, growing my companies. I go to masterminds obsessively. I do live events obsessively. I read obsessively. So when I look back at some goals, sometimes they stick and you feel like you have to accomplish them because I put it down. I got to make it happen. I look and I'm like, no, that doesn't serve the man I want to be, the husband I want to be, the father I want to be, the leader I want to be, the impact I want to make. So I looked at some goals that are lingering and I'm like, they're actually holding me back. I have to throw them away. Sometimes the best way to complete a project is to quit it. So what do you have to quit today? What do you have to say no to? What do you have to let go in order to reach that next level of life? Tap into the best version of you. Listen, we're always talking about what we could gain. I love it. I got to gain my dream house. Again, it didn't come overnight. It didn't come by accident. It came because I changed my habits. It came because I learned to go upstream and anchor in the habits for success. And that's why I love every single week sharing with you the subtle ways in less than 10 minutes that you can anchor in new habits for success. Today, simply
It didn't come by
we
accident.
know if we
It came
gain
because
more, we get more.
Go
But the only
upstream
way
and
you get
anchor in-
more is to decide what you have to let go of. Simply this, we know if we didn't. It came because only way you get more simply this, we know if we